Welcome back to Reality Theory. This is a really special episode where we're going to be talking about AI and how to stop an AI apocalypse with the 10 AI commandments. Now, for those of you familiar with reality theory, normally talk about history. Sometimes we talk about current events. And this time we're going to talk about how technology can affect current events and has affected our history and how it can affect our future. So we've been dealing with the past and the present. So this is pontificating on what can happen in the future unless we do certain things. I think there are ways we could stop the AI apocalypse without Arnold Schwarzenegger coming back in time and John and Sarah Connor killing him. I think there's ways we could prevent that from happening. I think there's ways we could prevent any of these kind of Black Mirror dystopias from happening and actually make AI a benefit to society. And I think we are actually already in a semi-dystopian society. The AI will accelerate to make an even worse society. And I think if we don't change the direction we're going in a lot of these ways, we will head there. But without further ado, let me start with the 10 AI commandments. And the first one is the most important one. It is thou shalt not kill. That is extremely important, that when programming any type of robot, any type of drone, any type of flying vehicle, that these robots, these AIs do not have the potential to kill. This is very scary. This is very Terminator. This is very Skynet. The American military right now is already very scary. They have a budget of $800 billion a year. That's half of all our tax paying dollars. Half of that, 400 billion, goes to defense contractors. And right now, defense contractors are trying to make AI robots, AI drones, AI airplanes, all self-flying, all self-piloting. That main goal is to kill people, whether they be civilians or enemy soldiers. So in order to kind of avoid an AI apocalypse for other people, right now, in Somalia, people live under the constant threat of drone strikes. Yemen has been getting bombed. Syria, I know we hear only about the Ukraine, but there are wars in other places. So I think it's very important that in order not to accelerate the already horrible military industrial complex and what they're doing to the world, we set an AI mandate, thou shalt not kill. Now, this one applies to what I do in terms of using Midjourney, and I think a lot of other things in terms of people using AI voice covers, AI music, AI animation, AI art, AI anything, AI writing. It uses AI content creation in general. Thou shalt not steal. I think people's likeness and people's voices are very important to them. I don't think they should be stolen. I do think they could be stolen for parody, but I do not think they should be used for like deep fakes or fake songs or ways to make people think that this person recorded a song they didn't. But I do think that, I do enjoy my AI voice covers when they're used for parody and comedic effect, as I do for art and animation. But I do really think it's very important that AI is not stealing people's faces, and this isn't just musicians, famous people, but everybody. So AI is not taking people's likeness, their voices, their everything, to be able to recreate that. So AI should not be able to steal anyone's likeness, not their voice, not their data, not their speech patterns, not their personal history, because this could be very dangerous. For some other commands we'll get into. Thou shalt not lie. Fake news propaganda is already horrible and will be only spread worse with AI. BuzzFeed has already said they're going to go straight to making AI content. Using AI to spread fake news is horrible. Using AI to spread propaganda is fake news. The one good thing about AI is you can regulate an AI that it can only tell the truth, rather than a human being who, you can't program a human not to lie. You can't program a human to tell the truth. But an AI bot, you should program into all these robots, thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt only tell things that are factually correct. No opinions, no slants. You should not be trying to influence how people think through deception. Thou shalt not spy. We live in a horrible surveillance state as it is, with very few civil liberties and privacies. if AI is used to accelerate the kind of surveillance state we have, we could see kind of like an enemy of the state scenario where nobody has any privacy. We're kind of seeing it already in China where they're using AI to kind of take away everyone's privacy and everyone has these kind of social credit scores. I do not want that here. I do not want the government through AI surveilling on human beings. I would like the government to be surveilled by the people. I think that's the only type of surveillance that AI should be able to do, is to show some transparency on what's going on behind closed doors or what the government is doing, not the government finding out what we're doing behind closed doors. Thou shalt not manipulate. Again, fake news, lies. We had a big scare in the 2016 election about Russia trying to influence our election with bots, Russian bots, and these AI bots. I have news for anybody, but there's not only Russian bots, but there's Democrat bots, Republican bots, and all these bots are trying to control the way people think. They're trying to turn you into a Republican. They're trying to turn you into a Democrat. They're trying to make you hate the Republicans. They're trying to make you hate the Democrats, but they never, ever want to make you question the wars. They never want to ever have you question the American government or the surveillance state. So it's very important that AI is not allowed to manipulate political opinion. AI should be here to serve humanity, to give us information we need so we can think for ourselves and not to think for us or make us think a certain way. So it's very important that AI is not able to indoctrinate, manipulate, or brainwash people. This could be a very horrible thing. It's already happened with human beings. Human beings are already indoctrinating, manipulating, and brainwashing people, and AI will only accelerate that. So no, thou shalt not manipulate. Now, here are the things AI should do. AI should do a lot of things. AI can actually help in many ways. Thou shalt be used for education. I think AI could do a lot for teachers. Teachers are overworked, so there's certain tasks like creating curriculums, lesson plans, and grading papers that AI can do for teachers. Grading tests, grading papers. I don't think it would be too much of a crazy idea to have an AI assistant robot teacher. Maybe younger kids could have a teddy bear or something like that. I think Midjourney is great. I think kids can learn about art and design through using Midjourney. So I'm all for AI being used in education. I think kids should learn these AI tools right now, the tools of the future, to interact with artificial intelligence and not be used by it and use it. So I definitely think AI should be used in the classroom. AI should also be used for healthcare. I think AI should be used for research, for finding cures for diseases, for finding better diets that people should have so they don't get sick, preventative medicine. I think maybe AI should be used to create recipes for healthy, tasty foods that people will actually eat that are low cost. I'm not scared of AI surgeons. I wouldn't be the first person to let a robot operate on me, but after 100 successful robot surgeries, I might sign up. I definitely think AI could be used for mental health, drug addiction, other things. I think by giving people non-drug stimulation through VR or AR, you might be able to stop their drug withdrawals or keep people active, keep people engaged. And I think that's very key into stopping people from getting addicted to drugs. So I think AI should be used for healthcare. And AI should be used for mental health. I'm not mad at the idea of having AI psychologists, AI psychiatrists, etc. And yeah, mental health, stop suicide. There might be like the biggest cause of death. If we could have it's worth a try to have AI help mental health, help physical health, heart disease, healthy eating, trying to find a cure for a cancer. I'm all for that. Let's go AI in healthcare. Thou shalt help the environment. We need the environment. I know there's different scientists who have different views, but I think if we could find an unbiased scientist that could be AI that is not being paid by any corporations, that they could come out with an unbiased view on what we must need to do in order to conserve this wonderful planet we have of ours for generations and generations. So not only is it a nice place for us where we can breathe nice air and walk on nice beaches, but it will be for future generations of children who turn to adults and have more children and, definitely this is the only planet we got. We got to keep it. So I feel AI is a powerful tool, and one of the most important things it can do for us is to help the environment. Again, I am a history buff. I think history is so important. I think history repeats itself. I think if people are given the wrong idea of history, they will have the wrong idea of life itself. So they won't understand politics or current events. So yeah, I think you can have an AI read every book on the JFK assassination, every public document, every article that was ever written on the JFK assassination, and come to an unbiased conclusion on who was responsible. It's kind of like one of the biggest mysteries of our time. And I think one of the reasons it is because there's so much bias in terms of people who report on it. There's bias in terms of favoring the CIA. And if you watch my previous episodes of Reality Theory, you will see how things like Operation Mockingbird, in which the CIA would employ journalists at the New York Times, Washington Post, how history can be rewritten through the media. And again, AI can only accelerate that if it's done in the wrong way, if you have AI lying. However, if you program AI to seek the truth and only the truth, and you give it all the necessary books and information, it can come to a good, unbiased conclusion that people can look at as maybe not definitive, but as something that is at least unbiased. Now, this one may seem a little trivial, but I do think AI should be used for public transportation. One thing that causes more deaths than gun violence in the United States is car accidents. So I believe if we have AI used for both public and private transportation, we could reduce a lot of these deaths by stopping drunk driving, distracted driving, higher driving, right? And, I'm not saying that there won't be any mistakes with AI, but I would think it'll be drastically reduced than that with human error. I think a lot of people spend too much time of their day commuting when they could be doing other things. So, instead of being a distracted driver, you can really text and have a conversation with people. You can watch a movie, you can play video games, you could do some VR stuff while you're on your commute because your car is driving you and you don't have to worry about getting killed by a drunk driver because drunk drivers are now using self-driving cars. So that is my 10 AI commandments. Thank you for following me. Please like and subscribe. I need about 30 more subscribers, so I hit 1,000, and I need about a couple hundred hours more of watch time. So if you share my video and you watch my video and you watch it again, and you subscribe, it really help me out. Those are the 10 AI commandments. They're not set in stone. It's in a Google document. I would love to hear what anyone else would like to add in terms of commandments. What should AI do? What should AI not do? Stay tuned to Reality Theory. Subscribe to my channel, Casey Game, for some cool AI animation content, and also in the future, tech news in addition to history and current events. Thank you very much. Peace. Buddy Casey signing off.